We left off Gimel, page 219. Bishar Yomim. Now, when we normally eat in the sukkah, let's say after the first Chol Hamoed, and you're going to eat a meal, what do you say? You say the way we say Hamotzi, and you say Leisha Basukah, right? Not even though you're first entering the sukkah, you'd say maybe say Leisha Basukah, then Hamotzi. It's not a hefsek, if that would be the proper order. B'shar yom vorech ala sukkah kodem birchas hamotzi. Here. His other days, you should say the bracha of Leisha Basukah and then the motzi. However, Mechaber says v'noagim, but the way we conduct ourselves, levorech ala sukkah, acha birchas hamotzi, kodem shiyato. That's what we do it. The Mechaber says the law is really, you should say Leisha Basukah and then Hamotzi. But factually, the minig is we first say Hamotzi, then Leisha Basukah. It's not a how's it hefsek. How's it hefsek? If what's the halacha if you need a knife to cut the bread? You said Hamotzi. You said Hamotzi, and you don't have a knife to cut the bread. And you say, bring a knife, please. Right? It's not a hefsek. Of course, it's needed. So if the proper order is, firstly, after you wash, if you speak, what's the halacha? You're not supposed to speak. You don't say another till Yadayim. No, you can say it's for knife even after you say the motzi. Between let's say a person talks about sports after he washes al Yadayim, talks about sports, but he doesn't have to say another bracha. He still says the motzi afterwards. He did the wrong thing, right? So, but anything which is a necessity. So, if the halacha dictates you say leisha basuk before you say the motzi, so that means you're saying leisha basuk between al Yadayim. It's not a problem, because that's what you're supposed to do. Whatever you're supposed to do is not a hefsek.
Could you apply that to the kiddush with the pesach? So could I sit in the sukkah, make a kiddush, and then say Leisha Basukah on the first night?
That's what you. I don't understand.
I'm saying because there was a question.
No, that's where you put the shechianu. Do you put the shechianu before Leisha Basukah? Do you put the shechianu after Leisha Basukah?
The whole thing.
No. We're both saying the same thing, but we're not saying the same thing. Whenever you say Kiddush, you say Leisha Basukah. When you say Leisha Basukah, you say Mekar Shabbos Yisrael Vazmanim, Mekar Yisrael Vazmanim, you say Leisha Basukah. So saying Leisha Basukah before you're going to drink the wine, right? Is it a problem? It's not a problem, because that's what you're supposed to do.
So you sit through the whole thing.
No, we're not talking about sitting. Not sitting. I'm not talking about the posture. What the position is. I'm talking about what you're saying. Here we're talking about hefsek. You asked the question: is it a hefsek? It's not a hefsek. Because whatever you're supposed to do is not a hefsek. When you mean eat first? No, you're not supposed to. So it's always that way. You forget. So you said afterwards. What happens if you ate the bread without saying a motzi? So what do? No, so you say a motzi and you continue eating. Especially on Chol Hamoed. Usually, if a person forgets, say Leisha Basukah afterwards, not a problem. Okay? So the Mechaber says the meaning is, even though the halacha would be to say Leisha because that's the first thing you're actually doing, nevertheless, we first say the Motzi, then we say Leisha Basukah. Hago, Hochi Nogim B'chol. And that's the way we conduct ourselves on Chol. Right? We say Motzi, and then Aval B'Shabbos Yom Sheish Ben Kiddush. Vorach lacha kiddush. We say Leisha Basukah before the motzi, correct? I mean, before we even wash, you say kiddush. You've finished, then you say Leisha Basukah. You drink the wine, then you go into wash, and then you say the motzi. Vim kiddush babayis. V'ochel basukah uibcha. Ayin leil simrei shayin gimel. Okay, so the whole thing's kiddush mokum suda. Okay, not relevant right now. Let's see the Mishna Berura. The Gemara talks about there's a machlokus in the Mishnah in the Brachos between Beishamai and Beisilel. Do you say Mekadosh Shabbos and then Bar Pri Agofen? Or do you first say Bar Pri Agofen and then Mekadosh Shabbos? What we do, we follow Beisilel. And that's the argument, right? Which one do you mention first? So Beisil says, what has no Torah first of Bar Pri Agofen is more Torah than Shabbos. Shabbos is once a week. We always say, but why do we say Kiddush? We say Kiddush because it's Shabbos, right? So therefore that's what Beishamai says, right? Beishamai says So if that's the case, you should first say Mekadosh Shabbos, then say Bar Gofen. Basil says, yeah, but if you don't have wine, you don't say Kiddush. Right? It's only because you have wine. So first you say Bar Gofen, then you say Mekadosh Shabbos. It's a whole discussion. We rule like Beis Hillel. B'shar Yomim, Ratzalomer, the Yom Tov Halubvor Leo Sif Aleph, Yain Kiddush V'Sukkah. What's the order? Bar Gofen, right? Mekadosh Shabbos Manim, and then we say Leisha V'Sukkah. Bi'arnu Shom Tamadover. The Yevshel Vorech Al Asuk Kodem Kiddush Hayom. Ein Shom. Ochein B'shar Yom Yishem Hem Kiddush. Chalamoy, there's no Kiddush. Dasam Mechaber Tzorch Levorech Al Asuk Kodem Birchas Hamotzi. Mechaber holds Me'ikar Adin, really, according to specifically the law, you should say Leish Basuk before Motzi. Kedas Rabbeinu Meir Rutenberg. It's interesting. Mr. Maram Rutenberg is the Rebbe of the Rosh. Rabbi Rutenberg. He's the one who they in the tower. No. The ransom. They had him in the tower. He forbade that they should ransom him, and he died in the tower. The bod nischayf tchilo take shenichlas v'yoshibad lisot sudos. The moment you walk into the sukkah, you're obligated immediately. So you address the first obligation. Roy lismul chabrocha leyashiva komar de'efsher. That's ach olam lo nogu came. But the Mechaber says, although that's the position of Mamre Rutenberg, factually we don't conduct ourselves this way. We first say the Motzi, and then we say Leisha Basukah. Acha Birchas HaMotzi, K'dei Sheyaskul Besuda, the Yodu Hu Ikor Chiyav HaSukah, because what precipitates that? If we wouldn't be eating, you wouldn't say Leisha Basukah. So what's primary? What is causing the Leisha Basukah? Only because you're eating the bread. So therefore you address first what is the cause. The cause is the Motzi. So that's the first thing you say, Motzi. Motzi, then Leisha Basukah. V'akach yivorech v'lo havi hefsik me'birchas hamotzi la'achilo detzorch suda k'mo kiddush. Al b'Shabbos v'Yom Tov pirush os mekadosh al hayayin. On Shabbos v'Yom Tov we say kiddush. V'omer al hakos sukkah uzman kedleil v'akach hamotzi al hapas v'mekadosh al hapas. Okay, stop. So it's simple. During the daytime kiddush. You say kiddush. You say the Kiddush, Bar Gofen, Leisha Basukah. Right? The daytime. You go when you wash. He says, what happens if a person is saying Kiddush at night on bread? Right? You can say Kiddush on bread. Person doesn't have wine. Doesn't have wine. He says Kiddush on bread. He says a motzi. So you wash before Kiddush. Right? You have to wash. It's not a hefsek, right? Because again, there's no way you could eat the bread unless you say Kiddush. So first you wash. You say the Kiddush. You say a motzi. Mekadosh yourself is man, and then you eat the bread. Kadosh al pas omar shamotzi v'kiddush v'sukkos man. Masha'enki b'chol she'en shomel hamotzi. During the week, cholamoid, there's only a motzi. Mevorech al sukkah. Take a v'acha birchas hamotzi. Immediately after you say hamotzi, or let's say borim in mazonos, we eating grain. Said earlier. Vorech lachar kiddush. L'asuz man hascholas asudo. Right? Vorech lachar kiddush. Why? Dasuz man hascholas asud and the mekodim and rashoy lechol. V'shaychos levorech birchas hasukah. Ulo inin su the Shabbos Yom Tov shachrish shem behem kiddush rak brocha b'alma. Right? What's kiddush during daytime? Even though some people they say v'shamru and zochs yom Shabbos lekacho. Let's say you don't say any of that. You just say bor gofen, sufficient. Shabbos and Yom Tov. We say v'daber right? The v'daber Moshe. Right? You don't have to say all that. So let's say a person doesn't have a sitter and he's somewhere. That's why he's Bar Gofen. Bar Gofen's enough. Right? Yeah, shot glass of whiskey, shakel me b'dvaru. Many years ago, there was a story. There was not going to mention the family. There was a certain person, and his grandfather was one of the Rebbes. And he himself had no Rebbe. We're talking about Hasidic Rebbe from we're talking the big Rebbes, and he wore, the times he went without a yarmulke. Yeah, in those years, they didn't have Yul Brenner haircuts, so he had a crop of hair on his head, and he went to his grandfather, lived out of town, and his grandfather said, let's drink a l'chaim. So he gave him a glass of wine, and they drank. He said, prepare guffin. He was observant, but not the way his grandfather would have wanted to be. And he drinks it, till the last drop of wine, and his yarmulke falls off his head. So the last drop of wine he drank, even his head wasn't covered. So he says to his grandfather, "Good to the last drop." That's what he says to his grandfather. So his grandfather says, "But a Jew doesn't drink the last drop. Doesn't have to drink the last drop. No. If you have to drink the last drop, then the yarmulke falls off your head. You don't have to drink the last drop." That was the comment his grandfather said to him. Okay. One time, when the Jews drink wine? Yom Tif, samachta b'chagecha, in simcha l'bosav v'yayin. Shabbos. Why did the Jew drink wine on Shabbos? He had to say Kiddush. Once he said Kiddush, didn't drink wine any longer. That was it. Right? So the wine is l'tzorach suda, as we're saying now. We drink wine because you're not permitted to eat unless you say Kiddush. That's why we drink wine. So it's not, there's a story once with the Ger Rebbe. The Ger Rebbe, maybe it was the Sfas Emes, and he says, so he took an apple, and he says, Ber Priyates, and eats the apple. And he says it, of course, the Ger Rebbe said it with Kavana. Ger Rebbe was a very holy person. So one of the Hasidim, one emulate the Rebbe, he takes the apple, says, Ber Priyates. So the Sfas Emes calls him over, he says, I want to explain the difference between you and me. He says, when I ate the apple was only the means that I should say the bracha. When you ate the apple, you desired the apple, so you had to say a bracha. So don't think because you said the bracha, I said the bracha, we're on the same level. I'm me and you, remember. When you drink wine at one time, you had to eat, so you had to say Kiddush. Kiddush is wine. Today, what is this Kiddush wine or is this another kind of wine? Today, you have all kinds of wines. Now, am I saying the Kiddush to drink the wine, or am I drinking the wine to say the Kiddush? That's what we're holding today. First he spends 5 minutes before, at one time, before he did a mitzvah, especially in Agod, it's printed, before you drink the kos, you say, Hareini mucham zum l'kai mitzvahs, whatever it is. So you're supposed to have a certain intent. Today, before a person makes Kiddush, picks up the bottle of wine, and he looks at it. The vintage, the this, the that, the this, does it have sulfites, doesn't have sulfites, and then he tells you all about his knowledge, how knowledgeable he is about wine. And he's a wine connoisseur. That's what it is. So you're saying the Kiddush to drink the wine, or it's the wine for the Kiddush? Just let's finish this here. He says, Ul'inyan suda Shabbos Yom Tov Shachar Shein Bohem Kiddush Rak Brocha Ba'alma. Alakos. It's good that David's not here, because we'd have to speak about Scotch. David Lobel, have to speak about Scotch. Yesh Deis Ben Achronim. Yesh Omrim de Bzein Kedai Lachas Sukkah Ben Abroch Lashtiyo. Yeshtiyo Leko Chiv Sukkah Klal. Some say, we say, Elivar Chosa Acher Bir Samotzi. Says, some say during the day Kiddush may be different. See, at night, there's a hefsek between the Ber Priya Gofen and you drinking. We say Mekadosh Yisrael Vazmanim. So you're not drinking immediately after the wine, correct? So since that's, therefore, something, we say that you say Leisha Basukah, because in either case, there is an interruption between the bracha and the drinking. So during the daytime, where you can work it out, there shouldn't be an interruption, because the Kiddush is Bar Priya Gofen. Maybe you should drink the wine and hold the Leisha Basukah for what? For later. 1 second. But factually, since you cannot eat unless you say Kiddush, even the Bar Priya Gofen, and that's what we conduct. But the Mishna Berura says, the Ovid, whatever way you conduct yourself, it's fine.
You could drink after the
Without saying Leisha Basukah, and hold Leisha Basukah for the Motzi. To say it after the Motzi. I've never seen that, ever. The Friday night, definitely. Leisha Basukah is after Mekadosh Yisrael Vazmanim. Friday night for sure. After you finish Kiddush, not Friday, during the Yom Tif at night, you say Leisha Basukah after. You don't wait till after the Motzi. You don't. No. He's during the daytime where it's only Ber Priya Gofen. He says some say you should wait till after the Motzi, because that is the suit itself.
So on a normal Friday night, you get Sukkah. If you say Bar Priya Gofen, you have a drink, sit down and say the rest of the
No, you're not permitted to drink. You didn't say Kiddush yet. You didn't say Kiddush. But chula itself alone is not kiddush. You have to have the bracha of Shabbos or Yom Tiv.
So Rabbi, when we do Havdalah, not Sukkot, we do Havdalah, we don't drink Baruch Yedafen. But we do,
What do you mean you don't drink bar priya
we do it at the end, right?
No. Hamavdo mikadosh l'chol.
Right, and we say Madu Mikosh Shechol.
So you don't say bar priya gofen after that. You say bar priya gofen before.
Baruch Yedafen,
No. Okay.
right? Then we do the summon, and then we do
Right. Correct. Because that's what you're
When
supposed to
we
do.
do the summon, we smell, and we do
Burmer, you should look at your nails.
good, and then we drink at the end.
So it's like kiddush.
So,
Same thing, like kiddush. Because that's part of the order of Havdalah. Whatever's part of the order, that's what you're supposed to
I
do.
understand, but what would be, if you're doing all the, I mean, you could say to yourself, why don't you say the three brachas, finish them out, and look at the cold, have a Baruch Yedafen, smell, and do the...
Because that if you didn't look at the light and you didn't smell, you do it afterwards. You do it afterwards. But the proper location for it is in the middle of Havdalah.
What would be wrong?
Because why? Because why are you smelling? Why are you smelling? Because Shabbos is over. So it's the same idea. So you're identifying what is this now. Hamavdo mikoros l'chol. Because Shabbos is ending. Therefore, that's why I smelt the besamim and I looked at the fire. That's why it's the preferable point to say it before you conclude Hamavdo mikoros l'chol. But the evid, if you didn't, of course, you need the smell, you need the besamim, and because the fire was created Motzoi Shabbos. That's why we look at it. We
No,
say.
what I'm really asking is, so what would be wrong if you say Baruch Yedafen and Havdalah, and you drink then?
No, because you didn't say Havdalah yet. Havdalah is the bracha. You can't drink. Firstly, you're not permitted to drink only water before Havdalah. You're not permitted to drink wine, juice. You want to drink juice. You're permitted before Havdalah. So you didn't say Havdalah. Havdalah is the bracha. Havdalah is not Bar Priya Gofen. If that Tochon Hantano, you don't have it any longer.
Preparing the body, which is just kula ruchni, you bring it back to pashas.
Aval Meinu wrote to Lisot Sudoso. Who can notel yodavacha kach lesuda. The whole discussion we're having now is you say kiddush and then you're going to wash during the day. So the question is, do you leave it after the motzi? Aval Meinu wrote to Ato Lisot Sudoso. Just take a break. He comes home early for kiddush. He's going to eat in 3 hours, right? So, but he's saying kiddush. He's going to have some mizonos. Kadeshi a kiddush zeb mokum suda. The reason why you have to eat mizon, otherwise the kiddush doesn't have any value. You need kiddush mokum suda. Tzadib shari tshuva debzeh kuliyalma yivorach bich suka kodem shiyito minakos. Because again, that's the suda. That's here. The cake is what? Is no different than the what? Is no different than the motzi. So you say bar priya gofen, leisha basuka, and you drink it. Here the whole discussion is because you're going to be eating the meal immediately after kiddush during the daytime. So that's the whole discussion. Do I wait? Do I say leisha basuka immediately after bar priya gofen? But let's say the person's not going to eat the meal now. He's going to have barim and mazonos. So here the mazonos is the equivalent of the bread. So bread, everybody agrees it's after you say hamotzi. So here it would be after the mazonos. So you bar priya gofen, and you say leisha basuka. No, he says mitzadim shari tshuva debzeh kuliyama yivorach birchas suka kodim shiyito minakos. Before you say bar priya gofen, leisha basuka, like if you had a motzi. If you're going to wash immediately, Friday night kiddush, what do? You say leisha basuka before you say the motzi. It's the same thing here. To be continued.